Oddulting!
With the Oddults.
With the very Oddults who are getting tired. Obviously today we're playing Pacman Pinball Advance. We're getting tired because we're trying to film like 2 full weeks of episodes in advance instead of our...
Village. We have some freaking plot.
Oh.
Of all the games we've played, we've been like, what the hell's going on? Pacman Pinball gives us plot.
Pacman, this is my greatest invention, the Pac Finder.
I don't want to find your pack.
Jump inside to activate it, and you can rescue any lost residents of Pacland. It's getting late, so try this out tomorrow. It's actually his fridge. Wow. Pac-Man is scary in 3D.
Yeah. Well, there's like a whole freaking show like this.
Oh, yeah! I remember that.
Pretty effed up, man.
Dear Pac-Man.
Start game!
Okay.
Wow, that told me everything.
Choose table. Pack Village.
Okay. Or Haunted Boardwalk.
Let's go to Pack Village, I guess.
Yeah, normally we film episodes a week in advance. Today we're trying to do 2 weeks.
I'm not going to be here next weekend.
Yeah, so this may result in us taking a slight hiatus, or maybe we end up filming some episodes later or something, but we filmed a lot of episodes tonight. So now we're taking a bit of a break with some delightful old-timey pinball. Because pinball's fucking awesome.
I don't know. I was never big on playing pinball in arcades, probably because too many people were watching me.
Oh, yeah.
But I've loved playing pinball on computery stuff. When I first got my laptop, my half-decent laptop way back in 2005 or some shit, and it actually came with Windows XP and it had the pinball on it. I played that obsessively.
I remember that.
A long time.
Fuck.
I got really good at it for a while, too.
Yeah, there was a pinball game that I used to play, like, back when I still lived with my parents, so, you know, the dark ages of my life. It was super addictive, and I think my dad and I were constantly in competition for who had the high score. It was usually me, though. They look like Pokeballs.
Okay, I see. Like, hardly any of the buttons do anything. I'm having fun trying to figure that out.
Oh, shit.
Like, I know what buttons do the flippy paddles. I know what buttons, like, shake the...
Okay.
But it seems to me that you used to have,
go up.
weird things.
Weird things?
Like the bumpers, sometimes you could do something.
Oh, yeah.
But that might just be me being crazy.
I know in some games I've played, like, the 3 little lights that were up at the top.
Oh, yeah, if you get all them lit up, you get, like, bonuses or an extra ball. Or...
Yeah, but I can't remember what game it was, like, what pinball game it was that I played, but you could, there was a button you could press to shift what light was where. So if you knew you were actually going to go through one light on the next flip, you could, like, shift it so the off light was on that one.
Huh.
And I don't know if this game has that, or if it was one of those cheats that I accidentally exploited or something.
The paddle power on this thing is kind of balls.
What's paddle power?
Well, I just mean, like, in general.
Oh,
the paddles,
okay.
I don't know if it's the physics engineering or what, but, like, it doesn't seem to go very far. And
yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a lot for it to bounce off of to give it more momentum.
It doesn't... Yeah, it seems almost like when you're doing that, it's almost like a gentle nudge. Like, it doesn't seem like the force of the movement matches the little Pacball.
You're not really flinging it. Like, you should be flinging it.
It's like,
Like that, it's a little closer. But it seems to kind of just randomly decide when you actually do it that well.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's
Last
really
gems.
Annoying. This is not pinball as I know it.
Seriously, there are definitely better pinball games out there than Pacman Pinball for the GBA.
Don't get
for
me
the
wrong,
Gubba.
though I'm definitely not anything resembling the Pinball Wizard or anything.
You're pretty decent at it, though.
I was when I played it constantly, and even then I was decent at it. I was pretty good. I wasn't, like, amazing.
Yeah. Oh my god, you just saying Pinball Wizard reminded me of the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that I think was Tale of the Pinball Wizard.
Oh, yeah?
Where Are you Afraid of the Dark was an awesome show. Think Goosebumps, only better.
Way better.
If you haven't seen it, it's fucking awesome. And it was a Canadian show, so occasionally Canada does some shit the rest of the world should pay attention to.
Yeah. Do any of you watch Reboot on Netflix?
We did that! That was us! Anyway, it was an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that was, this kid really liked pinball, but there was some pinball machine in the back of the arcade that the owner wouldn't let him play with, and he eventually snuck in and did.
I remember that.
He was like transported into the pinball game, only it was like half pinball, half like
the mall.
And it was like this weird adventure RPG where he still had to like search out different items, but at the end he doesn't actually escape, and there's this giant silver pinball that comes right to the top of the escalator and is about to roll over his head and shit. It
was very weird.
Are Goosebumps used to have like this? Its whole premise was that there's a strange thing going on, and then there's this weird twist ending that explains it, but it's weirdly it weakens it.
It's really way more mild than you expected.
Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark was basically, here's a bunch of, like, kids' horror stories, but good God, some of them are fucking disturbing.
Yeah, like, some of them the kids get away, some of them the kids don't.
Yeah, like, if there's a story about a haunted house, it doesn't pull some weird The Others
Scooby-Doo thing. Or...
Yeah, or The Others where, you know, the people exploring it are really the ghosts all along. When there's a haunted house, it's a fucking haunted house. And shit's going down, and you have to get out.
I could see Are You Afraid of the Dark having done the Others thing, but that would have been way before it was, like, so popularized, and that would have been creepy as hell.
Well, yeah, that's true. There were some episodes that actually left me with some serious freakouts for most of my life.
Yeah, there was one or two episodes that did the same to me. Like, there was one episode that made me afraid to listen to music by myself.
That episode,
yeah.
Yes. That was an awesome episode.
But I'm sure there was another one that freaked me right the hell out, but that's the one I can remember, that for a while, if I put music on by myself, I suddenly got really freaked out. I was like, oh my god, turn it off!
Right. I credit that fucking show with my, clown phobia.
Oh yeah, that one didn't bother me.
Well, there were a couple of weird clown ones, and I'm like, every time one comes on.
I can only think of the one where he stole his nose.
There was another one where, it also involved theft, weirdly. Theft and clowns seem to be a big thing in that show, I don't know.
Fuck clowns, steal their shit.
Where it was, I think this kid was trying to find a gift for his mom for her birthday, only he stole it instead, and it was this haunted clown figurine that was basically, like, trying to get revenge on the kid for stealing. It was fucked up. I'm telling it badly, and I can't remember everything that happened, but...
It's because I don't remember this episode at all.
I think it might be... No, it wasn't on the DVD set we watched. It was one of the later ones,
but they had all of it on Netflix for a while, and we watched it.
Oh, yeah, they still do, I think.
Well, I think that was gone for a time. Then
yeah.
But we watched it all, and I don't remember this one.
Yeah, it was a fucked up one. Like, there was cool episodes of that show, like, God, what was one of my favorites?
Another one that creeped me out was the one with the dollhouse.
Oh, where if you were in it long enough, you'd start to turn into the doll?
Well, yeah, and not just that, there was a dollhouse in the attic, and then when you played with it, you wound up stuck in the fucking dollhouse!
Yeah, and the way it was going, like, you start turning into a doll, but you also start losing your memories of being human in a weird way.
Yeah, it was really strange.
Like, if you... The stuff we're describing is clearly not Goosebumps level of stuff. It's actually creepy and weird, and if you haven't watched the show before, you really need to. It's very awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't usually the kind of thing where it was like, oh, you wind up in the dollhouse, and you realize that you're actually been a doll all along, and you belong to aliens or something.
Yeah.
Like, that was way more like Goosebumps. This was not like that.
Yeah.
Not typically. There was the occasional thing that was freaky that way, but...
Yeah. I mean, Goosebumps did have some weird shit, like,
hell yes.
Haunted mannequins, and there was one I remember. It's kind of a cheesy thing, but kids that are basically like part of this experiment where they were animals turned into children for adults who couldn't have kids, but it started wearing off, so they eventually reverted back to animals.
You're talking about Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I don't remember that. I remember that from Goosebumps. I don't remember that from
Yeah. So that's the kind of thing you find on Goosebumps. Definitely interesting stuff, and it explores some weird concepts, but...
Oh, that's the main menu.
Yeah.
Balls.
Yeah, it's not creepy in the way Are You Afraid of the Dark was creepy. Can try Haunted Boardwalk?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just for fun.
I know that music!
Ah! Ah!
I know that music because multiple people have used it on their fucking YouTube shows.
Ah! That's funny.
And I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm watching Space Hamster right now.
Space Hamster.
I think it was Space Hamster doing top 10 lists. Anyway, there's so many YouTube shows I need to get you to watch.
Yeah, probably.
Most of them video game related because that's all
Ghost mode activated.
Wah, 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 wah.
Bitches.
Yeah, I remember some cool episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark where it was, what's the one I'm remembering? This weird demon thing that was trapped in the walls of a house or something, and it made people sick.
Made people sick?
And something to do with, Silver was part of the banishing ritual for it.
I remember.
It was, I know there's more to it than that, but...
Problem is, there's so many episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, I prefer the earlier ones myself before...
They changed the whole group?
Well, but yeah, before the Midnight Society actually had, like, it basically went all Power Rangers. Like, yeah, we all are old people now, so we need a new group of people.
Yeah, and you're like, screw that noise!
God damn it, I like the originals, because, like... Yeah. Well, I mean...
Yeah, see, the part of the premise of the show was that it was a group of kids who got together and told ghost stories around a campfire at midnight. So, like, the episode would always start with this group, and so you kind of get used to them, and then someone would tell a tale. And over time, as they got older, they were all like, yep, we're too old for this now, we're passing the torch on to these new people. And I was like, screw that, why is everything in life teaching me that once you reach, like, 18, all fun is over?
Yeah, really.
I hate you.
And I can understand from, like, the show's perspective of, you know, it looks really weird if a bunch of 25-year-olds sit around a campfire and tell ghost stories. Unless...
Only because nobody admits that they do it.
Well, I was gonna say, unless beer is involved. Also, you wouldn't really have much interest for kids in that, but yeah, I liked some of the original characters better. Even though most of the time you're not there to see them, you're there to see the ghost story that they're telling,
You
but...
only saw them for the first little bit of the show and the last little bit.
And then, like, interjections of...
Occasionally, but not all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, two of my phobias in life I credit to starting with Are You Afraid of the Dark? And how many kids shows can you say basically started your fucking lifelong phobias?
Seriously.
I'm pretty sure Goosebumps can't claim that for anyone.
I hope not. I suppose it could, though. Some of them when you were, like, 7.
Yeah.
Could have been, like, super freaky, even if it kind of did that softening out thing.
Yeah. My god, when YTV used to run, like, their Halloween... whatever the fuck they called it, like, their Halloween special, I actually used to have, like, not ethical dilemmas, decision dilemmas of, do I go out trick-or-treating, or do I stay home and watch all these, like, kids' horror shows that are on YTV? Because every Halloween they were, like, marathoning Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and other, like, Halloween episodes of shows, and it was just awesome. I would generally, like, tape fucking everything, because it was worth watching, and I don't know if TV stations still do that. I don't know if YTV still does that.
I don't know. When they were doing it for a while, they were putting, like, scary movies and stuff on, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I remember that, because we actually watched one or two of them, because they weren't that bad. It's just...
One of the Halloween parties we went to in high school, like, they would play, like, Poltergeist and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a kid's horror movie, it was...
No.
But they put it on at, like, 10.
Right. Oh my god, I'm suddenly remembering in high school when they decided to play The Exorcist in the auditorium.
Really?
You weren't there for that?!
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
I didn't do much at school.
Yeah, I think it was a Halloween thing, because I was dressed up in my modern witch costume, which was basically, I wore what I normally wore, which is black clothes, and then I painted a stick with sparkly nail polish, so it looked like a wee magic wand. Anyway, yeah, they decided to play The Exorcist for us in the auditorium, only they didn't realize it was the uncensored one.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, a bunch
seriously.
of high school students basically got treated to "Let Jesus fuck you." At which point, one of the students, and I only heard this from a friend later, had basically misunderstood what was going on and went, "Oh god, she's stabbing herself in the leg," instead of basically stabbing a metal crucifix into her crotch.
Oh wow.
So yeah, this was our high school experience. I'm sure no one regretted it later.
It might have been because you were a grade ahead of me.
Oh, maybe. Because I guess the only people I can remember there were all of the people who were in my grades.
So it might be one of those things where, like, you were in grade 11 and I was in grade 10, so people in grade 10 weren't allowed to go.
Maybe.
Which is stupid, because I'd already seen it, but whatever.
Yeah, and also, because I skipped a grade, I was, like, the exact same age that, well, am the exact same age that you are.
Actually, you're 3 weeks younger than me.
And I could see it, but you couldn't.
I don't know, I just don't remember that, and it might just be that I was like, it might be I wasn't there because it was like, The Exorcist, big deal, screw it, I'm skipping class, because I've seen it already, why would I be here?
Yeah, I have no idea if there was any parental I don't know if any student was stupid enough to tell their parents, by the way, school let us watch The Exorcist today.
Not to mention we're talking about high school 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
that we definitely had problems with parental outcry about ridiculous things on occasion, but, you probably see less of that than now.
Yeah.
Though, when I did watch The Exorcist, my brother had rented it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching it with him and his friend, and it was, like, the middle of the night, because it was over summer or something.
Right.
And so we had all the lights out, and my mom had this little, angel suction cup thing. She had a mirror hanging in the living room, just, like, a decorative thing, and it was this little angel suction cup that somebody had given her as a gift, and she had it stuck to that mirror. And when we watched The Exorcist, sometime halfway through The Exorcist, that fell off the mirror, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it fall off the mirror.
Huh.
And no matter how many times we stuck it back to the mirror, it would not stop falling off.
Weird.
Until the movie ended, and we put it on, and it never fell off again.
Oh, that's fucking freaky.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very weird. We were like, what
God.
shit is going on? And then my dog was on the stairs, and my dad came downstairs, and my dog was kind of nasty. Your
dog was weird.
Yeah, he was neurotic just like the rest of the family. So he was lovable, except then he'd get tired of being loved and snarl at you. But I had never heard him snarl like that before in my life. When Dad came down the stairs and surprised him, and like I had never heard him snarl like in that exact way before or since.
Wow.
It was very weird. And I mean, what freaked us out the most was that, you know, we tried to stick the thing back on the mirror 2 or 3 times while the movie was on and it wouldn't, and then as soon as the movie was over, we turned all the lights on and put it on there and it never fell off again.
Was he maybe, like, just reacting to the general tension of watching a
horror movie? He might have been, because he wasn't right in the room with us.
Yeah.
And he and Dad sometimes didn't get along very well.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'd never heard it, like, I'd heard him make tension snarls, I'd heard him get stupid and growl at people for no reason, I'd heard him growl at my dad because he was sure my dad was invading his territory.
Right.
I'd never heard him sound like that.
Huh.
And I mean, it probably was something like that, but just, it was very weird. But the mirror thing, that unless our tension was affecting the mirror. Anyway, it was very odd.
Yeah.
Very, very odd. And now,
wow.
I guess we should be done.
Yeah, probably. I guess if anyone, you know, I hope everyone enjoyed listening to us talk about creepy shit from our childhood. Honestly, this was like the most fun episode we've done tonight. It was fun just talking.
It was, because it was easy to just talk and play the game at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
Even though the game doesn't have the power behind it that it should.
Yeah.
Okay, so, next time.
Yeah, next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.